Call of Duty, man.
The worst.
All right, I'm using my idol card. I'm using my idol card on Terry. Call of Duty.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. You know what? I'm going off the show.
All right, actually start.
So
Call of Duty.
I wanted to do it again. All right, guys, welcome back to Sofa Kings. We're having fun today. Raheel is supposed to open. We're not going to let him do
I
it.
fucking hate all
maybe
of
you
you.
can now.
No, fuck. I'm not speaking now. Fuck you guys.
Call of Duty World Championships or Call of Duty League Championships. It's no longer the World Championships.
That's right.
We dropped the world out of that. Exciting, and I made so much money.
Yeah. So what bets did you make?
4-1. I had multiple bets on Vancouver. I had them plus 1.5 when they upset Thieves. Easy money. Plus money on that too. I had Heretics money line. They upset whoever Ultra, I believe.
Yeah.
And didn't you have a surge bet?
Plus 1.5.
Plus 1.5.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then I had Surge plus 2.5 in the final. That cashes. And they just fucking fumble fucked.
Yeah.
They had so many opportunities to clear maps. I think 6 times out of 10, given the performance and what we saw, they actually should have taken it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised. Like when we were watching the surge, you know, a number of us were there Saturday and Sunday. I was surprised. Like I would have predicted like either the Thieves or Ultra to make it further and get like second or third.
Mm-hmm.
For Surge came out like they were easily the hottest team other than Optic that was there at the event.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, good on Optic for going back to back. I mean, like, it hasn't happened in a while. They were, like, pretty dominant and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, it was in Kitchener. Everyone was rooting for Ultra a little bit just because of the home Toronto team and stuff like that. Even Terry was rooting for Ultra a little bit, I think.
Yes, that did happen.
Yeah, shh.
We have that on video.
tell-
We have that on video.
That's not
too.
on
Always
video.
bets against Toronto, and I heard him like I was pretty excited about Toronto Ultra.
That was my first, like, COD in-person event, though.
Me too.
And I love the shit talking, not just across the stage. When, like, they win a match, they're standing up like, you guys suck, like, across the table.
But they do it with headphones on. They can't hear each
I
other.
know, that's
Yeah,
the funny
yeah,
part.
yeah.
But, like, the crowd, too, man. Like, there was someone from Atlanta Face. I forget who it was. It was, like, Desra or something. And the whole time, they're just like, you, Desra. And I'm just like, dude, like, this is fun, man.
The chants when somebody fucked up were unbelievable.
Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Or when everybody was like chanting Hook, because Hook is a multi-pro like professional.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And like he's won in Halo and in Call of Duty.
Okay.
So whenever he like gets like a 2 or 3 piece in Call of Duty, everybody's like Hook, and the whole crowd goes fucking wild. I love it.
Yeah, given like I went 4-1. I made like I think I ended up being like close to $60, which was fun. But I'm definitely a Surge slut now. Like that's my
That's your go-to.
those are my guys. My buddy was working for them this week too. That got my Call of Duty hype definitely reignited. But let's see if there's a league next year. Who knows?
Yeah, it was what, and you know, when we were going through it, like I had a chance of meeting with like former pro Flawless, and he's actually just from Orangeville here in Ontario, and it was pretty interesting conversation. Like he had an opportunity of like speaking with some of the guys after, and he was a professional for Optic in 2009, 10, 11, maybe a little bit more. Took a break, but you could see like he's 31 years old now, and you could tell like he was a little bit emotional, and like I was feeling nostalgic as well. And just to see his level of like thinking about what happened at the event and that he's no longer kind of in the game, it was kind of sad but bittersweet.
Yeah, it was fun though overall. Like I'd love to go back to another one at some point. You know,
Not as smelly as I was expecting.
Well,
I
it
don't
depends
think
on
you talked to the same people I did.
yeah,
brother.
it depends
oh
on
my
who you're
God.
sitting and standing by, because there was
Oh.
definite smells on Sunday.
I moved around because I moved like the badge I had. I could just go wherever, so I moved around a lot. I went to the floor briefly. The floor sucks.
Yeah, I heard
You
that.
don't want to
yeah,
watch
you're-
from the floor. Yeah.
Seeing people front row at the floor, it's like the front row at the movies. It's
Yeah.
the seat you do not want. You're like, holy
At least
shit.
at the movies, you're reclined.
Now you're reclined.
Yes, back
Back
in
in
the
the
day.
day.
Yeah.
I moved around a lot. I had really good seats, but the projector was blocking the scoreboard, so I had to move. A great time. It does seem though like Optic is like the way like Florida Panther fans are right now, where it's just like, are you like you just decided I like the best team?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
that's that.
They do get a lot of bandwagoners.
Yeah.
Like, and most people are jumping on then off.
Yeah.
Even when they're like playing like shit, like it's no one's getting off the fucking wagon.
Yeah.
But yeah, Optic is like they've been notorious for like their crowd work. So like before there was sound booths and noise canceling headphones, the fans like on the floor, they'd be like telling the team when like the opposite team was like defusing the S&D bomb.
Yeah.
So they had to like implement this, I think around 2016 or 17, that every major league event had to have a sound booth.
Yeah, that makes
Pretty
sense.
cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? You're just like, oh, he's planting B, he's planting B. You run over.
It happened multiple times.
That's
every
crazy.
like for millions of dollars, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It was
crazy,
wild.
man. I
So-
wish someone would have given me advice like that on my parlay because none of us won anything. But
No, we don't win money on this show. We
No.
just
No.
stack somewhat impressive records up. And if you bet
Yeah.
it all straight, maybe we'd be like a little profitable, but like some of us maybe not as much.
Yeah.
Minus 1,000s, but I lost a minus 410 with the Alouettes.
I think you as well had the Owls. I had the Owls.
Yeah, and so I even said like the eavesdropper was like, I think the Ticats are gonna win, and I think the Argos gonna win, and I chose to go with the Red Blacks
Yeah.
on one of my bets, and then I should have taken the Ticats.
Yeah, that was tough. You were one?
Yeah, I
for-
went
one
1 for 3. Red Blacks
Yeah.
got me, and I
That's
think it was
not
Alouettes too.
Yeah. So I mean, going in,
Had a
I mean,
good time.
Babs, this is our final episode for the season. A little scary there.
the money season.
Yeah, the money season. Babs in first, Charlie's in second, I'm in third, Terry's in fourth, just by one though,
With 2 handshakes.
with 2 handshakes because we'll talk about in a bit. Literally before we recorded, all the news happened, but the Marchand handshake, I'm
Wait.
the loser on that.
Now, here's my... If nobody wins any money, we're all losers, technically.
Yes.
But
That is fair to say.
But I won 2 handshakes.
He did technically win 2 bets.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking about
I'm
this.
not last place.
I know this
that's
is
an interesting
well,
way you're putting this.
Technically, I'm not last place.
But you're also going to be in last place with 2 handshakes
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah, but that's more wins than anybody else has
So-
in terms of actually winning,
That's
something.
true.
Yeah.
That's
What,
true.
you won
Yes.
something.
That is true.
So before we get into that, is anyone playing advantage cards this week or?
Well, I have to. Like,
Okay.
I can't not.
Okay.
So
What do we got?
I
This guy
got
pulls out a crumpled piece. Of
I am 12.
I got my first
I was
advantage
thinking
card.
that too, dude.
And I got it's almost like a disadvantage card because it's the last episode before
Yeah.
our final episode, and so I have a swap your parlay with the parlay of another host after bets have been made.
Okay.
So this is the only time in which I could play it unless I played it last episode
Yep.
after the bets were made. So like once again, there's 2 other people that went 2 and 1 just
yeah.
like me. So there's no advantage.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm switching with Terry
Yeah.
to get 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much a nullified advantage card.
Okay, so you're not swapping with that one. You're just kind of like, it's gone.
I'll swap with you, Hill.
Okay, you'll swap
Yeah.
with me.
Dude, swap with me.
And
Give me a
um,
chance.
I
here.
will.
I actually thought about that though.
I will catapult myself into first place because I'm going to play my art card that allows me to Uno reverse a leg on a parlay of my choosing. So technically, I am the only one who's won a parlay.
Well, let me see this
Yeah.
card. What is
so,
this?
So this is the first sofa idol that he picked, and so he's 2 and 1 with this past bet,
Which now I'm 3-0.
and you get to switch one of your legs that you didn't win,
Yeah.
and make it a win.
Yeah.
And once again, like he didn't know he was going to pull that, and he was going to go 2 and 1. He could have gone 0 and 3, right?
Yeah.
So once again, he switched one, which then gives him a win, so he'd be 3 and 0,
Yeah.
and that would make him now tied for me for second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. He's
Now,
still not first.
my argument is didn't win any money, but I'm the only. You just talked about the handshake bets and
Yeah,
winning.
that's
I'm the
not
only
a
one
win
who's
'cause-
actually won something.
Yeah, but that's not a win. That's
it is.
like
I went 3 for 3.
It gives.
Yeah, I'm
him a-
3 for
That's
But
3.
he does,
No.
does the parlay, does he win the money?
Yeah,
He
what
does-
money?
he
How
doesn't-
much?
doesn't
How much
win the
did you
money.
win
Well,
on
I
that?
can't. I said I
Yeah.
can't win any money because the bet's
No.
invalid. But I went from two wins and 1 losses to 3 wins and no losses. I'm literally undefeated on that parlay. I'd argue I'm in first place
No,
because I'm the only
but
one who's
you're
won.
not undefeated. You're using a card that's giving
Yeah.
you an advantage to it. It's like getting a +1.
I
It's
would
not
say,
undefeated.
but you haven't won any money though, and it's the money season. It's not parlay wins. It's cash.
But when Terry brought up handshakes, you were like, "Oh yeah, he kind of
Yeah,
won something.
'cause
It's onto something. I just won something based off
but
that."
you didn't technically win. I was
card helped
right
me-
in the bets. I was right in my.
This is
2
why I love the
handshakes.
cards.
I know.
This is why I love the
Okay,
cards.
but-
So much drama.
No way.
Terry won like two legitimate, like straight up
Handshake
plays
bets.
that were
Yeah.
tiebreakers.
Yeah.
So we don't have a tiebreaker for fake bets.
But it's not going to a fake bet.
It
It's
wouldn't
going
be
to
a-
an actual parlay that actually counted as a win or a loss, and a loss has been removed and a
So
win
wait,
has
are
been
you
added.
are you getting paid out for that?
Well, technically, I can't because the bet's already gone.
Well,
so
then
I'm not
I don't
first
think
in
that
terms.
counts.
So here's my counter argument: if someone else had won a parlay, I'd be in second because they would have won money and I wouldn't have.
Yeah, but no one's won anything. And
So technically, I'm in first.
So
no, but like
No
I'm the
way.
only one who's won a parlay.
You haven't won a
It's not a
parlay though.
win,
You just
though.
had a record reverse.
What do we
Yeah.
think about this, producer Nick?
yeah,
I've just played my
he
idol
just played
card.
a sofa idol.
So he swapped with me, so I was technically 2 and 1 on my last week's bet. I just played the card to reverse a leg, and now my parlay's 3-0. I didn't win any money, but I won my parlay. Should I not be in first?
So does he get a crown? But he doesn't get money because the bet didn't win. So does that make it as though he won something?
Because he had a reversal though.
So in
It's
UFC or boxing, if there's a reversal decision, the other guy doesn't win? The other guy wins. If it's a reverse decision, the other guy wins.
That's like not here nor there in this situation.
This seems Mickey Mouse to me.
100%, I agree on that. This sounds super Mickey Mouse. Speak into your microphone. Fuck.
All right. Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on set here? Take my
yeah.
mic. You can speak for my.
The stats definitely hold.
All right,
So-
producer Nick joining us on the sofa.
The stats that are calculated are your parlays and how many you the legs on your parlay and how many hit, how many wins you have, and how much money you have. So the leg changes because he reversed one leg, so it's 3-0, correct?
Yep.
Right. So technically, that's a 100% hit ratio, which is a crown, but he has 0 stat towards the money.
Yeah.
So we have 3 tiebreaker types. We have the legs, the wins, and the money amount,
And the handshake bets.
and the handshake bets. So, in my eyes, he receives a crown because technically all legs hit on his parlay.
See, I would argue that he doesn't get the crown because he didn't win money, and the money is what gets you the crown, especially in this month. And on top of that, he just goes 3-0. He gets 3 wins and no losses. That's all it is.
So if Babs and I tied with $5 won, what would be the next tiebreaker? Who's
His
won more?
handshake.
I think we said handshakes was
Handshake.
the
Handshake.
tiebreaker,
Handshake.
right?
It would be handshake.
Would be it.
So the amount of parlays won does not matter.
It'd be so for this
Well,
for
no,
this
because
month.
it's money won. That's
it
Yeah,
would-
it's money won, but
that's whole-
after that, it would be parlays won.
No, it would
no.
have been money first.
Because parlays is insinuating that you won money. A parlay won is insinuating that money was won, but you didn't. You're not, because you didn't win the parlay. You just got a bonus card that changed your fucking thing.
Yeah, but like if that's what I'm
So
saying.
you
if
just go
anyone else-
3-0 this week. You don't get a parlay like a crown or any bullshit. Take that off your fucking head now.
But if
You don't get
anyone
a
else,
fucking crown.
if anyone else had
You
won
just go
money,
3-0.
if anyone
That's
else
it.
had won, you know what? Let's get Terry to do another punishment, guys. Let's just lock in.
Okay,
and do
I
this.
think that it was money and then record and then handshakes.
Yes.
But handshakes seem more legitimate than a record because a record at 29-13,
Means
if you didn't win
nothing,
any
you didn't win
bets, it's just what's the it's
exactly.
Yeah, it's like a
So,
participation
right,
medal.
technically, it's my crown.
Yeah, I think that handshake bets is like you actually won a bet. We all made an agreement, and he won something.
So
legitimately.
so
what do you think, Charlie?
is this and once again I'm Switzerland. I'm coming in here.
Yeah.
So are we saying though that it's the idol is really going to allow more for the improving of legs than actually winning a crown? Because
Yes.
right now he's right now getting a disadvantage because he's using the idol on a parlay that only had 3 bets, and that allowed him to win. It could have if there was a parlay that was crazy and he had multiple losses, we wouldn't even be talking about this, right?
I'd agree.
So like
Mhm.
I think because like there's 2 schools of thought here. One, he did hit all 3 legs, so technically it's a crown, but no money won. Right? And then on the same time, like he is moving up in the standings because legs are also important for us, even though we're basing this up this month off money,
Mhm.
which isn't going to affect the standings because he didn't win any money, but it's going to give him one more notch on the parlay and give him a crown. And either way, if he doesn't place first, which right now he's not, it's not affecting anything.
But the crown, like I go back to, the crown is insinuating that you actually won your parlay and you won something. He
But-
didn't
but
win
he had-
anything.
but
he had
all-
a turnaround.
But you
So I
can't.
had a
but
perfect
you,
record, but didn't win my
but you,
parlay.
but you can't.
Exactly.
That's
But you didn't win your parlay.
You
though. There's
didn't
just
win your
no
parlay.
cash.
You just exactly said it. You didn't win your parlay.
so. If I didn't win the fight and the decision got reversed, and then I won the fight, I didn't actually win the fight.
That's completely different. This isn't
This
a
is
fight.
reversing something, though.
Okay,
I know,
so-
but
Yeah,
so like,
But you're
in-
just trying to
if
change
you show this to
Mickey
any
Mouse
like, if you show this to a gambler and say, hey, like we put this thing in here, and the season was based on our records being the important factor,
Yeah.
then they'd probably be like, yeah, you know what, that's fair enough. But when we're trying to just win money, you didn't win money.
But you have to go perfect on a parlay to win money, and I went perfect on a parlay.
So hold.
I just
okay.
didn't have the
But
money.
the
part.
sport
you-
didn't give us any
So
money.
if
though.
this month is as important just for the money, then why are we right now like discussing about the crown when the crown frankly has no place in the matter of where we're going to land?
because
What does-
that's going to become the tiebreaker in the end when it's. you
Also,
didn't-
it does matter.
Well, I mean, it's probably going to become the tiebreaker. Let's be honest.
But that
He's
just
got
doesn't-
a crown,
but
and
think
we're going
about
to
it
be
this
like,
way.
oh,
Hold
he
on,
won a
think about
parlay,
it
but
this
he
way.
didn't actually win
we
a parlay.
all have
he had a card
handshake.
that changed
We
it.
all have handshake bet.
For
One.
sure.
He's the only one that doesn't. So
Yes.
technically, he would have one thing. We all have one thing. You have 2.
Yeah.
So you're
but
still winning
are
in that
Are
regard.
we saying that the crown and a handshake win equal the same weight?
No, but I think
What weighs more?
they should probably make the same weight.
If not, what weighs more? Does his crown, his bullshit fucking 3-0, does that make it?
And this
Make it
this
more
could
or
be something
no?
that we
I don't
can
think so.
continue to theorize and put into practice moving forward. I'm not opposed to him having a crown because I don't think we have one. This is our last day of betting for this month.
Yep.
Right. I don't think it's going to alter anything for this month. And once again, it could be something that we test and continue to change. But once again, like, I think the importance is, one, he didn't win money, which doesn't affect our month and our standings.
No.
It's going to only tie with 2 other kings in terms of like other things that can give you wins.
Only ties with 2 others. That just
Right, but
there's only 4 of us.
you're in first on that.
Yeah, I
So,
understand that,
what-
but
Like, I get everybody's points.
he
I'm
didn't
trying to
win money. He didn't win his parlay. He doesn't get a crown. He goes 3-0 because he had a turnaround.
Yep.
That's
If there's a
Wh-
season like
why is
which
that
is not his fault.
No,
right?
it's not his fault.
Yeah.
But he went 2-1. He didn't
Look
win
at the
his
chaos
parlay,
that started.
Right.
Holy shit.
so he didn't get the crown. Winning the parlay is what
Yeah.
gets you the crown.
All right,
He
all right.
went
So
3-0 because we have a turnaround.
So
You gotta-
let's put this to a bet. It's got to be, so we've got producer Nick and we've got 3 kings here. So you have to get more than half. So are we saying he gets a crown or not? Babs?
no, I don't.
No
Terry?
crown.
I'm saying yes.
Nick?
Nick for the tiebreaker. Are we tying or is he getting the crown or not?
Nick, don't screw us. Nick, you know
You
you want
gotta
to sit
make
on
the
this
call.
side
You're
of the
producer
couch,
Nick.
bro.
Side with the fun couch.
You know you want to sit on this side of the couch.
They are.
You know I'm right, dude. Come on, don't fuck me here.
I mean, if it counts as handshake wins and parlay and wins, theoretically, if we're counting them in the same bucket, I don't care about it as much because it evens it out a little bit.
Mm.
Because the handshake
That's
bets
what I was
are
saying.
sort of Mickey Mouse to begin with. So
Yeah.
we're adding a Mickey Mouse thing to a Mickey Mouse thing. It
Correct.
used as a tiebreaker. So if they fall in the same silo as, hey, I reversed my legs, it counts within the handshake tiebreaker
So,
bucket.
all right. So let me add then. So instead of him getting a crown, he'll get a handshake bet.
Basically, yeah, whatever falls in that bucket of things
All right.
counts to one towards his tiebreaker.
So that means we'd all have a handshake bet and Terry would have 2.
Yes.
So, Terry, you in agreement with that? He gets a handshake bet. I think that's a fair compromise, Terry. God damn it, Terry. It's a fair compromise.
I don't like it because he didn't.
But Babs, you're
We're
saying
giving
yes?
him a win
Yeah,
for
I'll
not
say yes.
actually
I'm saying yes.
winning.
Yeah.
That's 2-1 on the couch.
So yeah, in the tiebreaker, winning a fake bet counts as a handshake,
handshake
style.
This feels like
whatever.
a participation trophy that you give to kids in elementary school. Take
It does.
that
It
off.
does
so
feel
Mickey
exactly like
Mousey.
that.
This is so
Dude, I'm
bullshit,
gonna
dude.
come in
Give
with
him a
like a
purple
5th place
ribbon right
ribbon.
fucking
Yeah.
now, dude.
Yeah.
Give him the purple ribbon,
No, it did-
please.
Fuck, whatever. We need to move on to the next subject.
Let's leave it. We'll discuss it after the show.
Half of that's gonna
But
get
either way,
cut.
we agreed that it
We
adds to a
voted, yeah. So you
handshake
basically
bet.
sit in the tiebreaker where nothing actually really matters, except that somehow Terry's really kind of in first. When you
It,
think
it
about
could
it.
it could
else
matter when it comes down to
matters.
punishment, though.
I think if we don't win money, we all have to do a punishment. We like it.
I still
I get
think
it if
the
we have won
handshakes-
money and there's like we're trying to break stuff up, but theoretically, if it was a money season, we're all in last.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so let's go back to the Marchand money and Hunt handshake bet here. So you made the bet.
I said over 8, and the 3 of you said under 8.
Yep.
And man, damn that Florida State tax, because what was it, 5 point something?
It ends up being less than 6, and
That's
it ends up
insane.
being 6 years.
That's
That's
insane.
wild.
Good for
And
him.
he's
And
old.
how old is he now? 38.
37.
Seven.
He's gonna be
37.
43 when
Yeah.
the contract
I think he
expires.
turns 38 in like September, October. Yeah, that's wild.
So he's not going to play the last 2 to 3 years,
No.
if he does.
Good for
Like,
him.
and he can because he's a guy who's been healthy enough, and he's also a workhorse in the offseason. He does all the right stuff. But the only guy that can play in the NHL in his 40s in this generation was Yager. He was
Yeah.
the only guy who could do it.
Right.
Mhm.
Marchand
Look at
isn't
Corey
Yager.
Perry.
Or Gordie Howe.
Corey Perry's how old now? 40 this season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yager was what, 43?
I mean, he put up 10 goals in the playoffs. You're gonna tell me he's not doing something?
Corey Perry this year, I'll give it to him. Yeah, at 40. So I'll take back what I said, sort of.
And then the only other person I could see actually doing something good into their 40s would be Crosby.
Yeah, and even then, like some of those guys who Crosby had a shit ton of injuries at the
Yeah.
start of his career,
Yeah.
can he go?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
like
he's
I was
been pretty relatively healthy for the last
Since 20.
since like the
The-
concussion.
the neck
strings.
and neck
Yeah.
and concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been pretty healthy. So
No one can play at 43 is my point.
no,
Right.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, you have to be like a physical fucking specimen
Yeah.
to be able to do
And
that.
Yager also slept in like weird intervals and trained constantly,
Yeah.
and he also was a guy who was significantly over a point per game for like 12 years.
Yeah.
And isn't he still playing too?
Yager
like-
plays and he plays for his team in the Czech.
Yeah.
Isn't it
league.
like sometimes he plays though?
He doesn't
like,
play
for the
a full
most-
season.
Yeah.
But he still puts up points.
Whenever he gets the itch, it's like, let me put
I'm
it
gonna
on,
play,
boys.
I'm
I'm
gonna
coming.
lace him up.
He's a really good Instagram follow. That guy doesn't give a fuck about
No.
anything.
Oh, he's awesome.
He just
That's
walks
so-
in the locker room. Daddy's home, boys. I'm here.
Yeah.
Give me the puck.
I think like 5 episodes ago, if I told you guys that Florida was going to keep Marchand, Ekblad, and Bennett, we'd all be like, hell no. I mean,
How?
Bennett 8x8, Ekblad 8 by like 6.1.
Dude, it's bullshit.
They're going to have to move something. They're going to be like $2 million over the cap,
they're
I
over
think.
the
But
cap.
I don't know how. Like, I'm just shocked they pulled it off.
No, I'm
I'm-
shocked they did too. And how can they afford it? And I said it before, New Jersey Devils. This is going to be an Ilya Kovalchuk situation where they get in trouble.
I'm not surprised that they kept it together because you go to all those guys and you're like, hey, we've got a cup window for the next 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
How many more do you think we can win? And all
Yeah.
those guys are like, shit, we could win all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's keep it going.
Like I see them being right now again. Like even
This is a
before
dynasty.
this, like because we would have predicted probably 2 out of 3 would have stayed.
Yeah.
I see them as the cup favorite again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably, but again, let's see if the NHL lets it go through. Like,
What do they need? A goalie and
They need a backup goalie. I think that's it.
Well, no, they just aren't they shipping out their backup goalie?
they
right
did.
now?
That's
Yeah.
why they need one.
Yeah.
That's why they need one.
They
yeah.
probably have to go cheaper on that. They
Yeah.
probably have, and that's the danger they run into where they could potentially not be worth a shit. Is if Bob gets hurt, and then you have the 64th best goalie in
Yeah.
the NHL playing in that.
And is someone coming in taking a massive discount? Like maybe some of that is like 30 to 40, like in the standings for goalies, and
Matt
taking a
Murray?
massive discount just to try to get a fucking ring.
I mean,
Probably.
Matt Murray's probably top 80 in the NHL.
yeah,
Ilya Samsonov?
I mean, I made that comment earlier.
Sammy.
We have a free agency short list.
Yeah.
My prediction would be that Samsonov ends up in Florida
Yeah.
because Russians love Florida.
yeah.
And he wants to probably prove something. He can work with Bob. They're both Russian.
Mhm.
So, like, maybe that's a great fit.
Mm.
But they have to sign someone for the league min.
Yeah, that's going to be what they have to do. And I mean, obviously that, it might be someone taking a bit of a discount,
Yeah.
but
and like Bob's probably going to play what 55 games. I can't see him going with 60 plus.
Well,
Yeah.
they can't with him. Like that's how you get him in a sweet spot.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
you reduce the workload, and then
Yep.
his workload just full in the playoffs, and he ends up playing an insane amount of games.
Mhm.
Still,
Yeah.
he ends up playing like what ends up being like 74 games if
Yep.
they run the
Yeah.
whole way, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you have to. They don't give a fuck about the regular season as long as they're in the playoffs. So
That's
That's
very true.
you
So-
get in wherever you can get in, then you just don't shit the bed, you shit on everyone in the playoffs.
yeah, so like yeah, you can lose a lot of bad games in the regular season. Just
Yeah.
and everyone knows what the deal is.
And what do you guys feel about Montreal? Now, like once again, I think even Babs and I were giving Montreal flowers.
Yeah.
What about Dobson getting picked up?
Well, I want to talk about that in a minute because I want to talk about one other thing first because the more breaking news I want to talk
Okay.
about. I want to talk about Marner.
Oh, you want to go to that
'Cause
first? All right.
Well, we're talking about guys taking hometown discounts. This is someone who he took a bit of a discount in Vegas. I mean, 8 times
State
12.
tax though, so
Yeah,
if you
so
look at it,
saving.
he
Yeah, I
basically got.
definitely would not call that a discount.
It's basically you signed for 14 mil.
Yeah.
If you signed in Toronto, so 2 million discount because he doesn't pay the
Yeah.
tax.
Now he could have got 14 on the open market easily. Like Carolina probably
maybe
would've
like
thrown.
13. I don't know if anybody would have gone to 14. Maybe like Chicago or Utah would have paid.
Yeah,
So-
there's
not
teams
somewhere he
that
would
have
actually
the
went.
money
Yeah,
to do
Ducks
it.
or
That would
Kings,
probably. But-
And those teams like the Kings, I don't know how they would have fucking made that work. But
Yeah.
the 12 to Vegas, Vegas obviously moves out Wah, and they made a trade earlier today to get out Nicholas Hague.
Yeah.
they're capped down.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Lozon and Sissons, right?
So
Yeah.
they made
Yeah.
some space there. Overall, though, like Mitch now because of this, his reputation in Toronto is somewhat okay. But it was brought up by Elliot Friedman. This trade kind of had to go through because the NHL was going to hit them with a tampering charge because
Yeah.
someone was talking when they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it was the whole thing was just fishy, and when that came out, I think that's where Vegas goes like, okay, like we gotta get something done just to avoid it. They don't have to deal with anything. I mean, Jack Eichel, and I'm assuming because he's gonna play with Marner, Eichel and Marner is
Yeah.
gonna be pretty damn disgusting.
Yeah, Eichel's going to have a lot more points this year.
Yeah.
And he already had a lot.
And I mean, at least get something. I mean, it's not like the Tavares saga with the Islanders where like they get absolutely nothing. But I mean, like I'm sure the two of the guys on the ends of the couches are probably just glad the saga's over at this point.
Yeah, no,
Ready
for
to move
sure.
on.
Yeah.
Like-
I'm happy with it. And like to get Wah back, like once again, like Cup champion.
Yeah.
Right. Good versatile player. Like you could play him on the wing too.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's going to have to play on the wing. You
yeah,
don't
he's
put
gonna have
you don't
to.
put Tavares unless you put him on your third line and Toronto does the spread the love thing that worked with Keefe for a little while, where you have 3 lines and you roll 3 lines and your guys have a bit more energy. I just don't know, because you have Domi, who like people keep saying is supposed to be a center.
Yeah.
And that he plays better when he's at center and not as good on wing. So really, like, and then you have Lawton.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have Scott Lawton on your fucking 4th line.
Yep.
You paid a 1st-round pick for him. It's a fucking crapshoot, man. I don't know. I'm happy it's done. Marner can go save. Marner saves some face. His agent, though, good luck getting a good deal for a player that it's not a star in Toronto now.
Yeah.
You've absolutely fist fucked yourself, because no one involved in the Toronto organization is going to look at anyone you have. If you're trying to get a little bit more money, they're just going to say no for fringe players.
Yeah.
Like, you have ruined your relationship with Brad Living after that.
And did you guys see that the reports are like, they were saying like this is a backhand deal all the way to like last summer?
Yeah, I heard about that. That doesn't surprise me, but like Bab said, like, I just feel bad. I don't feel that bad for that agent, but like, if you're represented by that guy and you're like on Toronto, you're probably like,
And if it's happened once, it's happened.
Oh, it happens
many-
all the time.
all the time.
But the NHL said, hey, like, no, we're not putting up with this anymore. And they were saying, we're going to make an example out of the first team that, like, someone says, hey, they tampered, and then we're going to kill them.
Yeah.
So this stops. Because it isn't fair. It's not like other leagues where you have more movement and stuff. The NHL isn't a NBA where stars are moving all over the place league.
Yeah.
So that tampering just...
And the league's already has always come down pretty hard on Toronto. Like, for instance, like when it was
They
like
come down hard on Canadian teams,
right, and like so the Leafs used to fly out prospects to do development training, get great interviews, and no other team was doing it because Toronto could afford it, right? And the league came back and said, no, we cannot allow this. This has to stop, because the other 30, 31 teams at that time cannot be doing this.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, I feel like because it is Toronto, like they get an unfair like shake when everything comes said done.
Yeah, that's fair. I apologize. I know you wanted to talk about Dobson. I was really excited.
No.
I just wanted to get the Marner thing out, because I was like, literally as we sat down, we're like, oh, he's gone.
You're excited for Marner. I'm excited for Dobson.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah, this is
Switch
weird.
spots.
Sorry, go ahead.
The 5 minutes we had before the show was fucked.
That was
Yeah.
hectic.
It was like we sat down and it was like, Marner's gone.
The second I
Marchand
walked in
signing.
the door, it was just the room was on fire.
Well, you were driving for a bit, so for you it was like Ekblad, Marchand, Marner,
yeah,
all in like
exactly.
like-
I came in and you guys were like, "Oh, Ekblad re-signed." I was like, "Wait, what?"
and then Marner's gone.
Marner,
Provorov.
Marchand, like it was like news after. It was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
His like, today
Yeah,
felt like
there's tons of news
free
today.
agent frenzy.
Oh, Lawrence resigns in Toronto.
Yeah,
1.3.
Oh,
Love
that happened.
Lawrence.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah,
Actually,
so
yeah,
Lawrence
yeah.
resigned. Check Twitter. Let's see if there's
I was
anything
gonna
else.
say, keep talking about Lorenz.
true.
They had to put Lawrence in because they had that, like, hey, we actually have a really good 4th line who doesn't quit. Lawrence, Stanley Cup champion. So, Waugh, Stanley Cup champion. There's some other names in here, Stanley Cup champions, that in free agency Toronto's going to look at. But TSN Sportsnet tomorrow, what the fuck are they going to talk about? Do we have anything?
No,
Nothing?
there's
Okay, so we're good.
Tough.
No,
It's going to be a rough day
the
tomorrow.
Habs submitted qualifying offers. I'm just looking because I'm a Habs fan, but there's a couple of good guys there. But the whole Dobson trade, I mean, I can't remember the last time Montreal made a swing like that.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I think I liked it way more than I did after the draft, because the way, I think it was it Victor Eklund who slipped to 16?
Eklund, Atchison,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
Prokhorov, and then Luca Romano from the Kitchener
Yeah.
Rangers. Every player they drafted after Schaefer
Was amazing.
were all slotted like either
Yeah.
a few spots or a lot of spots higher.
Yeah.
Like Romano was a 2nd rounder projected, didn't go. And then you look at Prokhorov projected top 30. I lost $25 on that. Thanks, Ryan.
Eklund was top 10 and he went 16.
Top
10,
yeah.
yeah.
Same with Aitchison.
Yeah, Aitchison was projected, and I also then lost a bet because I said he would go ahead of Smith. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And then you have Kyle Dubas. And what fucked everything up and I think created a chain effect was Kyle Dubas acting like the smartest guy in the room again and making picks that he didn't need to make at the position and trading down. And that caused a chain
little
effect.
chaos.
Yeah.
But I mean, that trade overall, I think even if you told me like, hey, Rahel, these 2 picks are going to be Victor Eklund and the other guy who's looks like he's going to be a stud defenseman as well.
He's sick.
I still make that move because like Montreal's decor right now looks like they're young and they look good. I mean, you got Dobson, Hudson who just won the Calder, Ryan Bacher who now has a lot less pressure on him because Montreal has that right defenseman. You got Caden Gooley, Carrier's there. I think they make a move because defense is a position of strength now. I think they're going to make a move and maybe try and get top 6 forward. There's talks about Kyrou. I think they need more of a center, but that would still be pretty sick.
And your young goalies got another year of their season. They got playoff experience. Like,
Yep.
I'm surprised. Like, I see this move as them moving out of the wild card and really challenging for that third spot in the division.
I kind of see that. I think they're that center away from being really, really like in that conversation.
Yep.
I mean, Michael Hayes is going to be that guy in like 2 years. You know, do you get like a Joe Veleno or, I mean, Kuznetsov apparently is going to be coming back. Do you get a Kuznetsov for 2 years? I mean, get him to play with Demidov. And then when Hayes is ready, you put him in. I don't know.
You got to make sure Kuzi's sticking to the straight and narrow.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's another thing too.
And
but-
Montreal is not a good spot for that.
Yeah, that's
No.
the thing where I'm like, maybe not him. I don't know.
He needs to go to Utah.
yeah, just
Get
somewhere.
some religion in you.
Yeah, exactly.
No, for sure. I think that's a problem. Matthew Nye's also team friendly-ish deal. The 6, not the salary, the 6
The
years.
6.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go 6, so that's obviously he's going to be worth more than that.
Yeah,
at year
Leaf
5
fans got to
and
be
6.
feeling good right now. Nice.
Yeah, and anything north of 5 years, I'm happy with.
Yeah.
You
Like-
guys get rid of Marner.
Yeah.
Tavares also can play the 4 years, legitimately. And
Yeah.
How
he's-
old is he? 33?
No, God, no.
35 or
He's-
30.
Yeah.
No,
35, I
he's like
believe.
34, I think. I don't
He's
think
still-
he's that
yeah.
old.
I wanted to ask you guys, is Tavares playing 2C or 3C?
Oh, 2C the whole
2C,
time.
for
You're
sure.
insane. You're like people that are saying
Maybe
3Cs
like the
are
end, like
fucking
the
nuts.
last year or two, he'll be.
Oh
3C,
yes,
but-
exactly.
Right now, he'll still.
Yeah.
I mean, he was your second
Tavares
highest.
is 34. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Good thing we didn't
you'll be
handshake
their
that.
prime
That's right.
utility the last 2 years because he can win draws like none other.
Yeah,
So
no,
you-
he's still good. He was still putting up
Yeah.
like points this year.
He'll be 2C until McDavid comes in next year.
Oh god, here we
Yeah,
go.
if they can afford that. And then Gibson gets moved out
Gibson
finally.
to Detroit is crazy.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
had Gibson on? Was that you and I who had Gibson?
I had Gibson. I think I had Gibson going to Edmonton.
Because that
Yeah.
was our other handshake we had.
Yeah.
And we both
What
were-
did I take?
Carter Hart?
Carter Hart, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you took Sammy.
Yeah, I said Sammy.
Yeah, you said Sammy.
So okay,
which-
there's still some life.
yeah.
So what I don't understand here is like I think the return for Gibson was way too low. I think that they could have held and waited and improved their stock to get only what they've gotten for Gibson.
yeah.
I just think that once again, like look at the quality goaltenders that were out, and that could have been snagged.
Fair.
I think they realized because he's been asking for a trade for 2 years in a row that the trade value is washed out, and he was saying he was probably going to start holding out and saying, "Hey, I'm not playing."
Gibson's one of the most traded guys who hasn't been traded in the last 3 years.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
without
hear
a
him
doubt.
every year.
And so I think you, as a GM, also then you start to erode relationships if you don't move the player.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they're trying to change the culture in Anaheim too.
Yeah,
so
but what's another week or two?
I don't think a week or two was going to. I think they actually probably got better value doing it at the draft to be able to move.
Like
up.
I love him going to Detroit. I think that's a great.
I
pickup
think that's
for
good
them.
for Detroit.
I think it's great for
Wait,
Detroit.
How many goalies do they have now?
a lot.
I think Mrazek was moved in that deal
Yeah.
too.
Jack
Yeah,
is on. I don't know if Jack ever came back, but they have Campbell too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So and Detroit's been that team where it's been a carousel of goalies for a
Detroit
while.
just
so-
seems like the place where the goalies that sucked in Toronto go to die.
Oh, because you had. I think they had Pickard,
They had Bernie at one point.
Bernie, Mrazek was obviously a Leaf
Did,
at one point.
Did Pogge go for there for a minute?
No, Pogge went to Anaheim, but
That's
he never
right.
played for Anaheim. He only played for Toronto. It's a good one if you ever get Leafs only on Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
And then Roger McQueen obviously has to get brought up briefly. I think it's a risk drafting him that early because of how injured.
I love it.
Back injuries. You don't fuck with that.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
love
I think
it.
it's
It's
a risk
so funny.
player wise. I think like for the marketing and PR that I think you're leaning into a bit, Terry. I think it's great. It's just
Hilarious.
Was he a little too high? Yeah, but like, dude, like the first round was still going on, and there's pictures of him at Disneyland with like.
Oh, because it
Robert
took
De
4.5 hours.
I know,
They-
but like,
Okay,
I just,
yes, the draft was way too fucking
Yeah.
long.
It sucked.
Yeah,
it
he
was
did.
so funny that they put his ass on a helicopter, sent him to Disney, and he's with the fucking car, and he's like,
Lightning
you know what?
McQueen. Yeah.
How sick would this be if I was number 95?
he is. I think it's confirmed he's 95
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So like
That's so funny.
That's I love
Those
that.
jerseys are gonna go so fucking hard, dude.
And tall players always jump. So like it made sense. And I brought this up actually before many times. I go, every guy that's ranked, if he's at 15, he'll go at 12.
Yeah.
I said that. It happened. It was brought up. The amount of tall players drafted, it's like never before.
It's
Right.
insane.
We've seen this many tall motherfuckers getting taken.
Mhm.
But yeah, 4.5 hours. everyone online hated it. I lost my voice after
It
doing
was
it.
terrible.
And people were falling asleep. Didn't see picks happen. The only thing that was good, like, Letang going up and then Goudreau's wife making the selection.
Yes.
Nikki Glazer roasting Brett Hall,
which was awesome. I love seeing it.
So funny.
Loved
Yeah,
it.
that was good.
I'm just excited to be here.
She is definitely not afraid of taking shots ever.
No,
No.
she's not, and neither is Brett Hall.
Did you see at the very last pick they got? That was funny.
That was nice.
The very last pick, they got the Kings fan to come up and make the pick.
No, I didn't see that.
At the very last pick of the draft, there was a Kings fan in attendance, and I think like someone called them
the
up. to make
only
the pick.
person left in attendance.
No, there was like
yo,
20 or
just
30. There's a good
just
bit.
come on
I
up,
think
dude.
that's
We'll
cool.
get
I
you
think
up
that's
here.
great.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was,
that
it
is
was dumb
funny.
as fuck though overall, and they're gonna go back to the old format,
Which they
and
should.
Yes.
Also, put it in a Canadian market every year because you'll just fill the whole place. Even if you put it in Winnipeg this time
It'd
of
fill
year,
out.
you'll fill the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put it in Kitchener, Ontario, and you'd get a better fucking response.
Yeah.
It should not be in places like LA or Dallas. Make it accessible to the people who actually want to go watch that
Yeah,
shit.
to people who care about hockey.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
35
Free
minutes
agency.
into the show though right now,
Yeah.
guys, and we have a big board in front of us.
Yes, so we have our first ever Sofa Kings NHL free agency shit list. And as we alluded to at the beginning and the top of the show here, like not trades, but signings were
Two of them
happening
are
left and right.
Yeah.
So our two off the top board with Mitch Marner and Brad Marchand as obviously signed with Vegas and
Yeah.
Florida. So we're gonna go through our draft capital here and see who's gonna get picked up by which team,
Yeah.
or the other 8 individuals on our list here.
So do we want to go like one person does all theirs, or do we want to go row by row? Like,
I'd say
what's-
row by row.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
And,
first.
and
here.
we'll do snake draft.
Yeah. I would have gone first if I was in first, but you guys fucked me over. so
Okay,
you can
whatever.
go
Stop
first.
bitching. I'm gonna just for the sake of starting, Ehlers to Utah.
Okay.
Oh,
They have a lot of money.
I actually like that a lot.
You can copy me. We're the fun chair.
I might take that actually. I was gonna say Marchand to Utah until he re-signed in Florida. So yeah, I'll take Ehlers to Utah as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go Ehlers in Carolina. I think they need another scoring winger there. They just lost Rantanen, so I'm gonna go Carolina.
I'm gonna go a little off the board here, and I'm saying Ehlers to Detroit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they have money too.
Yeah, they got money. I could see
Okay,
that.
and then Charlie, you're next for Besser.
Oh, this is tough. I wish I didn't have to go first on this one.
Do you want me to go first?
No, I'm gonna say Besser to Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, they have money.
That's fair.
Rahil.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, this is a tough one. Based off the moves they made getting Kreider, I'm gonna go off the board here and go Anaheim.
Yeah, they have the money too, actually. So there
Yeah.
you go. Reasonable choice.
Terry, Chicago.
And I did Anaheim.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go Carolina for Besser.
Okay.
They have the money too, and I will go the New York Islanders.
Ooh, Islanders.
That's not bad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I know a thing or two.
I like my Anaheim pick, but I think all of those are pretty
and
interesting.
then Patrick Kane is next up since we're snaking, and unfortunately, he's gonna be a Toronto Maple Leaf. They have to sign someone for the top 6, and then get him
Yeah.
at 3,
Yeah.
and then you have another $7 million to spend on someone else.
I would like to see him go play with his good friend Jonathan Taves in Winnipeg.
Ooh, Kane to
That'd be
Winnipeg.
pretty cool.
That's
Right?
interesting. So you got Kane Winnipeg. He's got Toronto. I'm gonna stick where he went, and he's pretty happy. It seems like I'm gonna go. He's gonna stay in Detroit.
Patty Kane. L.A.
Ooh.
Kings.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay. Snake draft. What are you doing for Corey Perry?
Corey Perry. I'm gonna say shit. You know, before all the signings, I could have seen him actually going to Florida again. Corey Perry. I'm gonna say Anaheim.
Okay.
Back to Anaheim, where it all began,
Yeah.
eh?
I think with the changes the Leafs want to make, Corey Perry's gonna be a Maple Leaf.
Terry.
Can't believe
Toronto.
nobody thinks he's gonna re-sign in Edmonton.
It was
do.
between Toronto and
Okay,
Edmonton.
all right,
for
at least
me.
we're on the same page.
The
on that
fun
one.
couch is going
Yes.
with Edmonton because we
Yeah.
have we're sane over here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna just take a
Exactly.
discount. He
How
doesn't
do
give a
you
fuck.
not?
He doesn't want to move his family again.
No, dude.
I shouldn't speak for him on that sense. Are we gonna stay on the same thing?
I'm saying Edmonton for Jake Allen too.
He's going to Edmonton.
Let's go. All right, all
See,
right.
Tara and I get along now. I used to think he was
Figured it out.
weird, but now he's all right.
Thanks, dude.
Butt buddies on that
I
couch,
know.
man.
I
Let's
know.
use
Why aren't we
weird, man.
that? Why aren't we great friends? What happened?
We are
these
great
guys
I love
suck.
Montreal. You love Toronto. What the
Dude,
fuck?
you call me like every now and then.
All
and
the
you're like,
time.
help me with
All right,
this.
we're
I
great
was
like,
friends.
dude,
Fuck
I-
that
All right,
couch.
let's
I
do this.
hate
All right,
you.
you know what? I think Jake Allen. Fuck, I was gonna say Edmonton.
All right, hold on. Let's do the catch. All right, so what are you gonna go with?
I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
All right, well, you're not really helping the situation.
I
We
was
don't
gonna
have to
say
whisper
Edmonton,
about
but
it.
I
Yeah,
just
said
said
this.
the
No,
same
we
ideas.
can't go
Yeah,
Edmonton.
exactly.
We have
We
to
just
pick the same
think.
team.
We don't have
Opposite
to
of them.
conspire.
Get the two
It's
Mickey
where do we
Mouse
think
guys
they go
together.
here?
Well, you see, due to the continental shift, it would actually be the
The
whole
nautical
team.
miles.
I don't know. What team needs a goalie? This is gonna be a tough one for us.
Fucking
We've
like
had this in front of us
half
for
of them?
hours. You just fucking
Yeah.
pick somebody.
We've been working.
Let's troll them, dude. Edmonton.
All right.
right.
All right.
We are gonna go
We're
with
selecting
the
Edmonton
Edmonton
Oilers.
Oilers.
Oh wow, you guys suck. All right, Charlie. Now you have to pick who Samson I was gonna go.
Yeah,
with.
and originally I had Sammy going to Edmonton. Really?
League men. Winning cup.
They're just
All
gonna
right, let's do it.
They're gonna steal my.
All right, we're gonna go Sammy to Florida for both of us.
Yeah, it's because I said that earlier.
He did
so
say
you can
that
do that the
earlier.
whole row.
Do you have
What
proof
about
of
you,
that?
Terry, though? I shouldn't speak for you.
Terry, you
I'll
can't-
just join everybody
Don't let
else. and
Babs
say
get away with it,
Florida.
Terry.
No, that's fine. I'll go with Florida.
Okay, and
I don't-
because
I
of the
don't hate it.
snaking, now we're going to talk about Michael Granlund, one of the actual big figures left.
Yeah.
on the board.
Yeah.
An older big
Legit.
scoring figure. He can put up points. I'm going to say he also signs in Utah.
Ooh. I hate to say anybody is going to sign in Toronto, but I'm going to go Toronto.
Charlie, can you go next? I need to look up something on this.
No, you got to go next.
Okay. Does Granlund play center?
He's center or wing. He's both. It doesn't matter.
He plays forward.
Yes.
Plays forward. I'm gonna go Colorado.
Do we even have the space for that?
I mean, that doesn't matter in today's NHL.
Yeah.
I guess
I was gonna say
not.
it doesn't matter, but they need that. They need that center. I think.
I'm following Terry. I'm saying Toronto.
Okay. And then you're deciding Suter.
All right, so got to go off the board from I think anybody that's been picked here because what team is he on right now?
He was on Vancouver. I think.
Vancouver.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
center
say
for
Minnesota.
I actually like
I'm gonna go a little interesting. I think Seattle and St. Louis are gonna make a trade involving a center for Kyrou. So I think Seattle's gonna need a center. So I think I'm gonna put him on Seattle.
interesting.
Doesn't have to move
Very.
very far.
Do you want to say ours at the same time and see if we're the same one?
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Detroit.
Chicago.
Oh, damn. All right.
Butt buddies aren't even not singing
No.
stuff like that.
Not
man.
butt buddies. We just
We're just really good friends, dude. You
Good.
wish.
Finish each other's sandwiches there.
We're going to hang out later.
Chicago.
You and Charlie aren't, dude.
We're not hanging out later on.
All right, so now are we?
Why'd you have to say that, dude?
All right,
You said
I'll
Detroit.
offer this all up to the Sofa Kings here. So everybody's allowed one mulligan right now.
For what?
You can make one change on your board.
Oh, I'm not changing anything.
I'm good.
Gary?
No, I think we're okay.
Rahil?
I'm good. What are you changing, Charlie?
I think I'm good.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Great
I was just
segment.
offering.
No, that's fair. That's
Great
fair.
segment. I enjoyed that.
So I'm gonna whoever gets the most right gets a handshake.
No.
No, there should be something with
You
this.
get
Look at
one
these- look at these-
handshake
look at these
per one that
chickens.
you get.
Whoever
correct.
has the most wins gets a brand new handshake for the start of the next month.
Sure. Next
Done.
month. Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
done.
count it for.
Yeah.
Next month you
Yeah.
start an advantage.
Yeah,
That's
'cause- yeah.
great. I
Yeah.
like that.
All right. Well, we got to end off this month. So
Yeah. Can somebody pick a card?
So Terry, yeah, you can pick today's card.
Last place.
This is the last bet for the month.
Wait, is it? Am I supposed to open it like this? This feels like.
Nope, other way around, buddy.
Yeah,
holy
yeah, I was
fucking
gonna
shit!
say,
No
why
wonder
is it-
he's in last.
Why is it
place.
upside down? Who put it up like
Production on the
this?
show has gone down and down.
Oh.
Oh no, it's red. What's that mean?
Parlay time bomb. Select 25 money line bets in under 2 minutes.
What the fuck? 25 in a minute. We're not going to get all the picks made.
Kings
got-
don't take
we
a
did-
challenge card
we-
this round.
Okay, just to remind you, we did 11 in 1 minute, and 3 of you fuckers ended before 1 minute even came up.
Holy shit!
What? None of us are going to win money on the show.
Dude, we haven't won money in this fucking
We
month
have
at
a
all.
chance if there's 3 legs.
But-
I had to pick the entire top 10 in golf.
Yeah, listen.
That's impossible.
And you won the golf one. So
I won the golf week. I didn't win any money. It doesn't matter.
Hey,
Should have
next,
bet better.
Nobody's
we did
won
better
anything.
when we weren't shooting for money in the first month. We got to go back to the
Oh,
format.
and the best part of this is since that didn't count for Crown. Go ahead, Babs. You're first. Go.
I'm fine going first. It doesn't matter. We're just shooting blanks here.
Yeah.
Right, but now it's going to come down to the legs. So there's going to be a lot of movement on this, and frankly, it's fucking anybody's game.
Dude,
That's
they
very
watch someone
true.
go 25.
There's
for
no
25.
one's won any money, and this allows all the legs to get moved.
Holy shit!
We did discuss this on Thursday, Babs.
I know, but did you see my message earlier?
I did,
Yeah.
and I chose to ignore it.
You should have listened to me.
did choose
God
to
damn
ignore
it,
it.
guys.
All right, let's do this.
Take us away, Babs.
Everybody's got a chance to win. Here we go.
25 legs in 2 minutes. I hate this. I've thought of something I don't think the other guys are going to necessarily think of in the few moments I've had between the couch and the chair. Tell me when in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go all tennis here, guys. So I'm not going to touch anybody that's live right now, but Carlos, I'm going to take here at plus 10,000, plus 580 Yuri, and then let's keep scrolling. Minus 520 for Ruby Roblev. Let's just keep picking. Felix plus 310, Tommy plus 2,800, Alex minus 8,000. I'm at 6 legs. Alexander minus 430 there. Lorenzo minus 320. Minus 820. Denis Shlapopov. That's probably wrong. George minus 330. I'm at 10 legs. Alexander again minus 580. Lorenzo minus 310. Yannick Sinner minus 10,000. Quinton minus 850. Danielle, I don't know. Either way.
1 minute.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Thomas minus 650. Marin minus 1,000. 17 legs. Martin minus 375. Novak minus 8,000. I got a quicker. Oh, no. Plus 3,500, plus 17, plus 850. I need 3 more legs.
30 seconds.
Ben Shelton, and then Jack Draper. Let's see if there's any giant favorites I can sneak in here. No, we're probably good on that. 25, like shit, I'm missing one.
15
Wednesday,
seconds.
5 a.m., plus 8,000. Okay, I have my 25 legs. I'm done. And it's how big of a bet is this?
Just do a $5 bet.
One $5 bet in here. So my $5 bet pays $121 for a 25 leg parlay. It's all tennis. Should I recap this? It's a lot of bets.
No, I think you're fine.
Okay, I'm just betting on tennis, guys.
All right, guys, we're back in the eavesdrop room. Terry picked the parlay time bomb. We have to make 25 parlays in 2 minutes. So I'm going to get started right away. Nick, give me a heads up, but we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're going MLB. Not doing any live games. We've got I've got Scherzer tonight. Taking the Pirates, and then I'm going to take Boston over the Reds. Rays over the Athletics. I'm going to take Corbin with the Rangers over the Orioles. I'm going to take my first upset with the D-backs over the Giants. Mariners over the Royals. And then we've got the Twins over the Marlins. Pirates. Oh, I can't take that one. I'm going to go back up to the Pirates. So Pirates. Then we've got the Tigers. The Rays over the Athletics. I'm going to take that one. Or no, I can't on that one.
1 minute.
We've got the Mets over the Brewers. I've got the Braves. Cubbies to win over Cleveland. Houston. And then we're going to shift over to tennis quickly. So we're taking Shinaro, Botic, Alexander, Carlos.
30 seconds.
I've got to hurry up with time here. Adrian, Andre Rublev, Francis, WNBA quick. We've got
15 seconds.
Liberty. We got the Lynx. And we're going to take, I can't take the Lynx on that one. All right, time. We got our 25. I got the Phoenix Mercury over the Dallas Wings. So we've got the Jays over Yankees, Red Sox over the Reds.
Don't go to it.
Okay. So we've got our 25 picks and our $5 bet. which can land me a title $163,000. So we've locked that in for a $5 bet, and we are good to go.
All right, this is gonna be a doozy, guys. A 25 legger in under 2 minutes. This is gonna be scary. We're gonna see what we can do here. We're gonna make it work. Let's lock in and see what we can do. I will time you down. We're gonna go right into it. 3, 2, 1, go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Apparently I can't combine that one. I can't combine that one. Can't combine that one. Can't combine that one. This is tricky, man. You gotta like watch your stuff because a bunch of them you can't combine. Dodgers, I could take them at 15. Let's do soccer. Soccer's good. Can't do MLS. Time check. Actually, no, he's gonna just probably let me know when I'm ready. We'll do these two. I'm at 20. I need 5 more. Let's go WNBA.
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, we're good. 21. Okay, we got some time here.
$30 seconds.
30 seconds heard. Gonna go back to Wimbledon. I think I figured this out, chat. Okay. I think we're good. I'm gonna just go through it, everything. I'm not marking it.
Your time.
Okay. We're good. So, $5 bet. We have plus 1,097,379 odds. That's a lot. If we win this $5 bet, we're winning 55 grand. I don't think I'm winning it, but let's just hope we don't come in last. Cool.
We are back in the eavesdrop room with a parlay time bomb. 25 moneyline bets in under 2 minutes. So, I've got a trick up my sleeve. I don't think anybody knows that there's a big tennis going on. Wembley, I think there's a lot of tennis going on. These guys don't know this. At least if they do, they didn't talk about it. Wimbledon, that's what it is. So, let's start the timer. 700 minus 700 minus 10,000. I'm just taking as many favorites as I can here. Minus 580. Rublev. I just got to make sure I don't. These are on Tuesday. I don't go past Thursday. If I go past Thursday, I'm screwed. 200, 400. I like 400. Oh man, what else we got here? 800. I like that. 630. Easy. Oh, I can't take that guy. That kind of sucks. Minus 850. I like it. 520. Daniel Evans. Easy. Thomas Hack. Marin Cilic. Bro. Oh, this is money. Novak. Oh, I love my boy. He's done me good before. Okay. 35, 17.
1 minute remaining.
Got a minute left. I feel like I'm... okay, I've got 20. Oh, I'm crushing right now. All right, I can kind of slow down. Dun, 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 dun. Minus 8,000. Is this doubles? Okay. Minus 410. 980. 11. Oh, I got one more. Is there anything that's big? 390, 410.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. Oh, shit, there's some more oh, man. Oh! I'm going to get rid of this 410, see if I can get something better here. Okay, yeah.
15 seconds.
$5 to win $50. Let's go. I like it. I'm happy with that.
Outro.
Well, 25 legs. I can't even pronounce 75% of these names. I'm not going to lie, and I would probably butcher them. But it looks good. I just got to make sure I don't have anything Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. We're money. Some doubles, some singles. This is easy. There's a chance I win this. $50. See you guys in the winner's circle.
Mine,
sent my screenshots
a
on.
25 legger at plus 2,000 in tennis. What? I only did Wimbledon. Is that what you did?
Exactly what I did.
Shit. I was trying to mislead you guys earlier.
That's exactly what I did.
So, what were your odds, Terry?
Pretty good. Plus 1,000.
You got plus 1,000?
Yeah.
All tennis.
Did you do all tennis?
He did all tennis, yeah.
Fuck, I'm the one getting fucked on this
No,
one.
I didn't do all tennis.
Fuck.
I did mostly MLB.
Dude, you must have been a little faster scrolling than I did. Because I ended up trying to, I had one point where whatever, it doesn't matter. That's good.
Right?
Yes.
So we're all back from the eavesdrop room. And
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was stressful.
I was terrified.
Yeah, that
I'm
was-
glad there were no challenge cards on that because that would have been literally impossible.
it wouldn't have worked.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's why on super parlay cards like that, there can't be
you
any
just go
challenge.
for it. Yeah, I went for a mix. I did like a lot of MLB, a little bit of soccer, a little bit of tennis.
You did soccer?
Yeah, I did a little bit of
Wow.
soccer.
Ooh.
So you got to be pretty confident to do the soccer on this.
Yeah, there's some like Man City's playing. There's a couple
was
other
it
guys.
three ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. That's how I feel about
And
it.
those are still money lines, but that's an insane position to
Yeah.
put yourself in.
Yeah.
Well, like Man City's minus 500.
Yeah. It's just that some of them, I guess it's the 90, so it doesn't matter if it goes
Yeah.
to penalty kicks. It's just it splits.
Yeah,
Fuck. Oh yeah, I just did tennis. I went Wimbledon and just tried to pick the favorites.
that's smart.
And then I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I know that I fucked up on my card because I took, I think, 3 or 4 WNBA. And as it came outside from the eavesdrop room, Rahil's like, did you check that they're all before Thursday? And they're not. I'm pretty sure I took 2 or 3 that are on Thursday.
So then he's got a couple voids already.
So I've already
Wait,
got
what time on Thursday though? As long as
It's
it's before
after
we
7
film.
p.m.
after the show. Yeah.
Oh, that's
so,
tough.
So he's
That is
just
tough.
Yeah.
unlucky
Yeah.
there.
So we're moving our next episode to Friday.
Terry, you have a couple voids?
Yeah, I got 2 voids. I fucked up.
I somehow got through it. And I was nervous it was going to do that. This event starts, and then it gets an extended thing that somehow goes past Thursday,
Like
or
cricket?
it's next Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, yeah, the match is actually next Tuesday, but thank God Wimbledon's here.
Yeah.
But UFC this weekend, though, right?
Yes, yeah, UFC 317. Honestly, crazy exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua Van made his return after 3 weeks, came back, and him and Brandon Royval for 125ers were just fucking throwing down.
Mhm.
It was awesome. Like, that's a
Mhm.
fight you go back and watch because it was that
Yep.
exciting.
Yeah.
Pantoja retains his belt, another rear naked choke. I had a parlay drawn up, and it was Peyton Talbot. I had Pantoja, and I had Joshua Van, and it paid like $50 for 10. And I was like, we're at the COD event. I'm just gonna watch it. Should have fucking put that down.
Yeah, should have put it down. That's
And
kind of
then-
like the Babs always with the instincts. I should have fucking done
I
it.
should've
Oh,
put a
yeah,
dollar
no,
on
but
that.
I will, if I'm thinking, I'll dollar it just so I have the
Yeah.
the reassurance of knowing I did something right.
Yeah.
And then the main event,
Yeah.
I had Charles plus 300 that we
Yeah.
thought was like too good of a price. And turns out, no, it was
Man,
potentially wrong.
Ilya hits like a fucking train, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, just clocked right on the chin.
Yeah, Oliveira was out before he hit, like before the second shot hit.
Yep.
He was
gone.
out.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just stone cold, like unreal.
Steve
They get
Austin.
Patty in the fucking ring after, which is good for building the hype, but Patty's
And we were
not next
talking
in
about
line.
this too, like when it happened in the chicks, the women's side.
Yeah,
events
how
ago.
often do they bring
Yeah.
somebody in? But yeah, he had, Joe Rogan had asked him, like, who do you want to bring in? Here comes Patty the Batty. It should be Armin next. He's the number one. You should just go who goes in line, right? Like it
Mhm.
should at least.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I want to see Volk get an opportunity to try and make his way back too. I know he's older and he's so far past the hump where it's like the percentage odds of him being able to like upset and win again is like next to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he got his belt from he beat Diego, so he's the champ right now of 145. But
I want to see him at 155, try and get it back against Ilya.
How old is he now?
34, maybe 35.
Yeah, when you get that age, it's
as soon as you hit 32, it's like a
steep decline.
Yeah, there's a YouTube channel called MMA on Point. Shout out those guys, fantastic work. But they've done it where the statistics show at age 32 you just start to decline.
Right.
So I'd like to see him get one back against Ilya, but Charles, man, fuck, I haven't hit UFC shit very well in a long time.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was depressing. Very sad to see. We got a few good cards coming up. Robert Whittaker is fighting De Ritter. What else we had? Poirier's retirement fight against Max Holloway. That's going to be exciting.
That'll be fun.
They'll
That'll
try
be
and
fun.
kill each other.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
And unfortunately with that one, I predict like he somehow loses in the first round by knockout, and it's like one of those upsetting moments where it's not a good send-off.
No, it's not going to be, I don't think, either. Max at 155, like him knocking out Gaethje like that is scary and awesome to see because nobody thought Max would do anything at 155, especially against Gaethje.
Yeah,
So
Gaethje's chin's gone now too somehow.
yeah, that was scary.
Yep.
He's demanding a title shot right now.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys see Sean Strickland?
No.
No.
Oh, this is so
I saw.
funny.
I know. So him and Chris Curtis went into the cage, and so I
Yes.
know Chris.
Yes.
And I know these guys.
So what happened was Sean is cornering a fighter. His fighter loses. The guy who beats him then turns over and starts shit talking Sean, hits him with a
Right.
so like hilarious, 25 out of 10, but Sean is not happy about that. Gets in the cage and just starts charging at him, throwing at him.
Damn.
It was exciting for sure.
Yeah, him and Chris Curtis went in, and they
Yeah.
had to. And
Chris Curtis had him in like a headlock. It's like, what is going on here?
yeah, the guy's a moron. You don't like. That's not a fight that can happen.
Yeah.
No.
I'm weight class wise, and I believe
Oh.
just like in general, yeah, you're
Yeah.
not gonna compete in the UFC against Sean Strickland ever. So like, you don't do that. You don't really fuck around with corners too much unless like Fabricio Verdum is throwing a body kick to that dumb fuck that coached Ronda and Travis Brownie.
Is it Edmund Shabazian?
Yeah. So aside from that, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm all for shit talking the corner. Like you think of Marab and Sean O'Malley
Yeah.
won when Herb Dean has to be like, "Hey, no excessive coaching." That shit's funny. I like it. I'm all for it.
That's fair.
Did
Let
you
the
guys
corner shit talk.
catch that Ben Askren got his double lung transplant?
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
that's
God.
awesome.
Yeah.
Good for
Because
them.
he's been waiting for a while.
It's
Like to
been
get
like
one, let
a
alone
month.
two.
Yeah.
It's been like a month saga.
Yeah.
So he had staph infection that like turned to pneumonia, and apparently his one lung was like completely
Yeah. Inoperable.
destroyed. Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Staph is no joke. That's why you shower.
Really
Use soap.
quick, I checked Twitter. Nothing. The only news is apparently Corey Perry is going to market for sure.
Oh.
So that might be one for you and I. We'll
Uh-oh.
see.
Let's go.
But to end off the episode, it's our final one. Next episode, if no one wins,
We're all doing the
we're
punishment.
all doing the punishment.
Yes, it's a
I still lead on. I won
it's
2
money.
handshakes.
it's a money thing.
It's,
and
we're all doing
it's a
punishment?
winning.
let's see where this leads us with the legs.
Okay.
But I'm right
Tentatively,
now in favor of us all doing the punch.
I'm in all doing. You're
we
all
were
doing.
trying to win money, and I think I said this like weeks ago, and everyone said yeah. That's right. That's when you
Yeah,
were in the
but
basement.
I mean, nobody won money, but I won.
Listen, we're gonna have new parlay cards,
Participation
new
medal.
challenge cards for month 3 of
Yeah.
the Sofa Kings. Want to give a quick shout out as well to the city of Kitchener and Toronto Ultra for inviting the Sofa Kings to the Kitchener Odd and for the CDL 2025 championships. And huge congratulations to Optic Texas and Hex and the entire organization. And then really nice that we had Vancouver Surge for the Canadian representation as well. And a big shout out to Bigamans. Bigamans gave us more than like 100 certificates for their Big Splash Water Park, for their new Social Putt Mini Golf, as well as Kingpin Bowling and their GameWorks Arcade as well. So huge shout out to Bigamans. We love you. And we're live from the Bigaman Studios. And
We love
we'll
you.
catch you next time. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Watch for all the punishments we're gonna do next.
Yeah, that's
episode.
right. Next episode's going to
well, I
be
mean,
wild.
2 of you are guaranteed. Like, there's because of the way this has gone. Like, yeah, people will be punished.
Yeah,
So tune in
severely.
next time. Sweet.
Awesome.